Salute everyone. Happy Monday. Appreciate everyone pulling up. We're going to go ahead and have that type of show. We're going to go ahead and fucking discuss some shit because you already know what went down yesterday. There's some more shit that happened today. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Here we go.
Inside Allegiant Stadium for the first time this year. Touchdown Raiders! Touchdown Raiders! And for the touchdown! Through from behind! Ball's out! Football running! Raiders!
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Raiders Unfiltered Overreaction Monday. Happy Monday, y'all. Hope you guys had a good one and hope you guys had a good weekend despite that ugly loss yesterday. Garbage of a game. But hey, nonetheless, there's a silver lining to yesterday's game, to yesterday in general. We're gonna go ahead and talk about it in just a bit, but you already know. Before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys haven't done so, make sure you guys go ahead and check in and smash that subscribe button and click those thumbs. Appreciate everyone who's rocking with me on this Monday night on the Raiders Unfiltered. Appreciate you guys. We can't go ahead and make this thing really official without go ahead and acknowledging the chat. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Here we go. Shout out to Jack in the building. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute to Alec. I'm here, brother. I was trying to get everything right. That way we can go ahead and start this thing off. My guy, Raider Will in the building. Salute, my guy. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Pulling up, salute. Let's see here. Yes, sir. Shout out to Miklo. Hangover Monday. No fucking doubt, my guy. For sure. L11 in the building. Yo, what is good, my guy? Salute to you. Appreciate you pulling up. My guy, Raider Paul in the building with the hold on, dog. Gotta do it right.
Raiders!
Y'all already know what's up. Appreciate you, my guys. Salute to you. Let's see here. Shout out to John Leon in the building. Salute, my guy. Appreciate you pulling up. My guy Bueno in the building. Salute, my guy. Appreciate you tapping in, rocking with me. Let's see here. And really quick, we're already starting off. We're already starting off with the thing. John, he's like, why is Pete's kid still here? Why is kid still there? Why is Gino still there? Fire Pete already. Get the rookie some play time. Shout out to my guy John. Facts plus tax, my guy. Salute to you. 100%. There you go. Paul with the fire Gino and Pete next. We're gonna go ahead and get into all that for sure, 100%. All right, let's go ahead and get into the nitty gritty of this motherfucker today. If you guys didn't know, if you guys haven't tapped in on the last 24 hours, and hey, it could definitely happen. It could definitely happen. I've had that where I've just shut down the world for 12, 18, 24 hours. Then I wake up to like some crazy shit popping off. But if you guys been either been living on a rock or you guys shut down the world, this happened yesterday evening while we were live on the post game reaction show. Shout out to my guy Will and Raider Jeff. we were literally having our post game show, and then Jeff and Will they were saying that they were getting reports that Chip has been fired, and it's official. Raiders have officially parted ways, officially fired offensive coordinator Chip Kelly, relieved him of his duty. Well, old man Pete relieved him of his duties as of last night. I showed the message that Paul Gutierrez got from Pete, or the message that he got from Pete, and basically letting Chip know your services are no longer required. So it is official. Chip is not here. I almost said Pete. We're not quite there yet, but who knows? Crazy shit could happen the next few weeks. Not going to be the next man on the chopping block, but as of right now, officially, Chip Kelly gone from the Raiders. $6 million per year we're paying this man. $6 million. Now we don't know what that contract looked like, obviously, because his salary wasn't going against the cap. When we're using cap money to go ahead and pay this man. We don't know the actual contract that is now made public. We don't know how much was guaranteed, but we do know this: he was getting get paid $6 million per year. So, did he get it all $6 million? Is it just a $6 million until we fire him? I don't know. Right? That is the question. There's been rumblings that his contract was a 3-year contract. Makes sense, especially for just having Pete only signing a 3-year with an option of a 4th. So being here around the same time as Pete makes sense. But again, we don't know the guaranteed money part. That's all Mark's money. That's Tom's money. So if they want to go ahead and pay this man $6 million per year, go fucking right ahead. But he was the highest paid offensive coordinator in the league up until this point. And we have a 2-9 record with a 15 and a half points per game average in 2025 from this man. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this. How you guys feeling about Chip not being here with the Raiders? You already know what time it is. We're going to go ahead and continue this therapy session. I'm going to go ahead and put out a poll in just a bit. But he's gone now. Parted ways. Now, I want to go ahead and go over this part as well. Let me go ahead and get this thing out of here. All right. So there were some additional firings today as well. You had senior offensive assistant Bob Bicknell. He was shit canned as well today. He's gone. He is no longer with the organization. They have parted ways now. A lot of people might not know this name. Definitely understand that. This was apparently Chip Kelly's right-hand man. He was he was up there in the booth helping to go ahead and do some of the play calls up there. So he is no longer with the organization. So officially gone. Essentially kind of severing off everything that has to do with Chip Kelly and that and then in that specific area as far as who was assisting whoever was aligned with Chip that was brought in by Chip, gone. So, that's great news. Now where do we go from here? And we were speculating yesterday, if you guys were tapped into that post game reaction show with myself and Jeff and Will. Uh, we were thinking who's going to be the next guy online. Uh, the strong consensus was Greg Olson. You could have put in. Um, I mean, there's not really anybody else that you can go ahead and really throw into that mix. Um, there's a name that we're going to go ahead and talk about in just a bit. That is starting to make waves in the kind of NFL coaching world. So we'll talk about that in just a bit. But uh, the strong consensus was most likely it was going to be Greg Olson. There was some rumblings that that it could be Brandon Carroll or one of the Carroll sons to be nominated to go ahead and run the helm. I did, I thought I thought of it more of as a joke, and I didn't even think that is a serious consideration. But hey, stranger shit has happened, right? Stranger shit has happened. You already know. You already know. So, but luckily we dodged a bullet on that part. Um, but Raiders go ahead and officially um, officially name Greg Olson as their offensive coordinator earlier today. So he is now the interim offensive coordinator, taking over to the end of the season. Again, how do you guys feel about everything that has transpired over the last 18 hours, going up until 24 hours? I think we're getting up to that 24-hour mark, 20-hour mark, whatever. Um, how do you feel about everything that has gone down? Are you guys for Chip being gone? Are you guys happy that Greg's the interim? Or did you guys want Chip to go ahead and have some more time? Do you think Pete's the problem too? Hey, this is therapy, guys. Already let y'all know this is therapy. So make sure you guys go ahead and voice your opinion. I'm gonna go ahead and try to work on this poll. Let me try to go ahead and kind of word this thing. Um, there we go. There we There we go. Okay. Sorry, trying to go ahead and get this thing set up. All right. And we're gonna go ahead and put it on each stream. So make sure you guys go ahead and head on over and cast your vote. There you go. Okay. Go and put that on this one. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and go to the chat. You already know what time it is. Again, appreciate you guys tapping in and rocking with me on this Monday night. Raiders Unfiltered, Overreaction Monday. Let's see here. My guy Alec, yes, Raiders therapy group is here. Facts plus tax, my guy. Mark said it. He was real tech after the Dallas game. Then Browns game performance sealed Chip's fate. I totally agree, bro. I mean, two poor performances back to back is really rough and really hard to go ahead and swallow. Um, hey, if I was the ownership, I would be pissed too. But um, but yet somebody's still here. Somebody's still here. Pete's still here. What the fuck is gonna happen with that, right? Um, and that's a guy that we should definitely have an eye out for right now. I'm pretty sure he's in the hot seat, especially after these two horrible back-to-back games. One being in prime time. I don't know. Do I think he gets fired? I don't think he gets fired this season. I think he rides out the season. Um, as a head coach. Now, next season is going to be a different thing. Would he still be here? Would he not? I don't know. That is a question. Here you go. Sorry about that, guys. I'm trying to go ahead and get this pulled up. There you go. All right. So each one has a vertical. Each stream has one. All right. And if you guys are on next, appreciate you guys tapping in. Make sure you guys go ahead and head on over to YouTube. I have my link in the bio. I'm about to go ahead and put that up in just a bit. Make sure you guys go ahead and head on over to YouTube and be a part of the chat. Be involved. Appreciate you guys, and you guys can go ahead and participate in that poll as well for sure. All right. So let's see here. My guy Alex says Chip gets guaranteed no matter what. I don't know if that's the case. Again, we don't know the particulars of the contract. I was trying to scour the internet to try to see if I can go ahead and potentially find the contract, but again, since this doesn't go against the cap, it doesn't have to be announced. So that's kind of where we're at on that one. But so we don't know essentially what's being guaranteed or anything like that, unfortunately. So yeah, that's where we're at. Let's see here. I'm trying to go ahead and get this on the chat. All right, give me a second. Okay, no, I guess not. Guess that's not gonna happen. All right. But if you guys are next, make sure you guys go ahead and just go over to my bio. I have my link to my YouTube page on there. You guys can go ahead and hit that link and be a part of the chat here on YouTube. Jump on over and hit that subscribe button. You already know what time it is. Appreciate you guys rocking with me. There we go. All right. I got that going. Let me go ahead and send that link over. All right. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and take a couple more comments here. Let's see here. Shout out to my guy Bueno. He says, hopefully they pay him out. They pay him out up front, and we never have to remember having him as our offensive coordinator again. 100%, bro. And the thing is, this season has given me straight Getty vibes. And I didn't want to say anything. I wanted to kind of try to stay positive as I could, as much as I could. But yeah, it was straight giving me Getty vibes, 100%. There we go. There we go. All right, cool. Yeah. So let's see here. Don't be surprised if Olsen gets OC duties. Well, he's the OC now. So there you go. There you go. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy Will. He's like Chip vale puro chorizo. Damn, bro. But yeah, that when you're scoring 15 and a half points per game, you're worse than chorizo, bro. You're being too modest. You're being too nice, my guy. Let's see here. My guy John says, "What was Max and Roberts fighting about?" We're gonna go ahead and get into that. I had the clip saved. Hold on 1 second. I have it. All right. There we go. All right. Yeah, I got the clip. We're gonna go ahead and talk about that. Thanks for reminding. I actually kind of forgot about that. I'm gonna go ahead and put that segment in there. Okay. All right. There we go. That is banner. Oh, all right. Cool. We're gonna go ahead and get into that. I got the clip for it, and then we can go ahead and go over that. I didn't really see that until today, to be honest with you, bro. So I don't really think much of it, to be honest with you. But yeah, it was um, you could tell the frustration is definitely getting there for sure, 100%. All right, let's see here. All right, so let's go ahead and move along, right? Um, so now Greg Olson's the offensive coordinator. I think, um, and before I go ahead and go into like how this is gonna go ahead and translate kind of moving forward. Um, I said earlier there was another possible. Like who else can you go ahead and put into that position aside from Greg Olson? Um, I mean, you could have. I mean, aside from Brendan Carroll, which it was literally a larf. It was a joke. But in all seriousness, you know, there was another person that does come to mind when it does come to. Sorry, okay, my mic cut out. So the other option was this possible homegrown talent, and Luke Steckel. He is an up and coming coach that literally is part of our team, and might be a guy that we want to maybe can possibly consider in promoting in the very near future. He's very well liked, and he has some innovative ideas. I'm going to go ahead and share this tweet. Shout out to John M, and he's the one who also kind of brought this up to light, and kind of made this comparison. Ben Johnson went from tight end coach to OC in 2022. Let's try the same thing with Luke Steckel. We know what we have in Olson. There's not really future there, meaning he's not here as a long term thing. At least there's something there for the future with Luke, who's just 40 years old, looked at as an up and comer around the league, right? So, and this is not just his opinion. I mean, this is something that's being voiced by the coaching community out there. So, um, you know, could this guy be a possible offensive coordinator candidate? Maybe. Who knows, right? But we won't know until he's given that opportunity. Now, I know Roy Golson's in, but this might be a possibility to go ahead and bring this young man, which is he's not that young. He's about the same age as me. Closer to Greg, to really help go ahead and do some of that play calling, and maybe start learning and see what he can go ahead and kind of come up with. It's not a bad thing. Greg Olson has many years. He has over a decade of experience. He's done this with the Raiders before, so um, I could understand them kind of being hesitant on bringing somebody like this guy and give him the reins, even though it'll be in an interim type of position. But this guy might be a guy that we possibly look at towards the future. If he sticks around, if it's not a clean sweep and we don't scorch earth, you know, this coaching staff at the end of the season, maybe this is a guy, if he goes unscathed, that we might keep around, we might promote, we might elevate him to a higher position, if he doesn't get considered for that offensive coordinator position. So just want to go ahead and just put that out there, a little food for thought. These are some of the things that um, you know we kind of need to be in the know about, right? Now we know automatically at the end of the season we're going to be looking for an offensive coordinator, right? Names, we're going to be talking about names that are going to be coming out. For me, I've said this. I like Mike LaFleur from the Rams. Um, and with Mike LaFleur, biggest thing here is he comes from the McVay tree. Two, um, even though he's an offensive coordinator over there at the Ram with the Rams, McVay is the de facto offensive coordinator, meaning he's the one running that offense. he's just there kind of as a puppet. In other words, right? He might be assisting, he might have input, but really we know Sean McVay is the one calling the plays over there in LA. So learning a guy like Michael Ford and if Pete's still here, you'll know that he'll have more autonomy in that offense. So that might be a guy that we go ahead and look out for, right? But it also all depends on what we're going to do with Pete and all that, and we're going to go ahead and get into that in just a bit, right? But just wanted to go ahead and kind of put that out there on Luke Steckel. Keep an eye on that guy. Keep that name in mind. We might resurface that in a couple months, in a few months. You never know. You never know, right? But these are the type of situations that we're talking about. Let's see here. Here we go. All right. Alex says, Philbin possible. That I don't know if that would be a guy that we would essentially promote to offensive coordinator, but one thing I would like to see, maybe he takes more of a reign, more of a control. If not in an official capacity, maybe in an unofficial capacity where he's really side by side with Brendan Carroll and trying to fix this offensive line, because 10 fucking sacks, 10 sacks in yesterday's game is unexcusable. Unexcusable. And I said that shit. And I said it kiddingly, but I meant it more as a joke, but I was like, well, watch it fuck around and we get 10 sacks in that game, right? And with this offensive line could definitely happen. And guess what happened? Exactly that. Exactly that. So, but I think the biggest question kind of comes to mind now. How will this impact Sunday's game, right, in LA? We got Greg Olsen here. Um, like I just said, is he gonna go ahead and change this offensive line around? Are we gonna finally go ahead and start seeing these rookies come in? Are we gonna see a continued shift of this offensive line? Or what is that gonna go ahead and translate to? Right? Is this going to be a better for worse type of situation? Now we know that Greg Olsen has experience. He's been in this position before with the Raiders and other teams. So there's no doubt in that part as far as he can do the job. Now, is he going to do it effectively? That's a different story, right? As you know, that offensive line is just straight dog shit. It's terrible, right? And at this point in time, there's not many places you can go ahead and go from, right? I mean, who really we can't go out and sign somebody free agent. Maybe somebody from a different practice squad you can go ahead and nab, but really, I think we all know is basically is bringing in guys like Caleb Rogers, Charles Grant to go ahead and come in and get some burn time and see what we got in these guys, however that looks like, but we don't know. Secondly, are we going to go ahead and see more of a consistent run game now, right? Before we would see Chip, start off with the run and then abandon it. And he'll probably start it for a little bit in the second half, then go ahead and abandon it. And it might be like a 1 or 2 carry type of situation late in the fourth quarter, bonehead play calling when we're trying to go ahead and running out of your own end zone and get safety, that type of shit, right? Are we going to go ahead and see smarter play calling? Are we going to see better play calling? Are we going to see more consistent run game, Gentry utilized correctly, and have the actual amount of carries that he needs to go ahead and be able to put up a pretty decent game, right? Now, I don't expect this guy to go ahead and come out and just ball the fuck out now that Greg Olson's in here. No, not with this offensive line. And even that, I don't expect so much from Genty anyway, right? Barrett, what we've been running as an offense, it just hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. My biggest thing is I've said this repeatedly. It's just we're constantly running out of shotgun, right? Is that going to change? Are we going to go ahead and see Gino or whoever the fuck is going to be behind center be behind center? And that's the biggest thing here, right? Being behind center changes things drastically because now you're giving Janty a running start as opposed to handing the ball off at a dead stop, right? A dead stop, then winding up. So that all that stuff brings into play. So I think those are the questions that we're gonna be that we all have that we're gonna be looking out for in this Sunday. We'll probably know more information as the week develops, as they go through practice, as you have Greg also really go in and start taking more control. Another thing, are we gonna go ahead and is Greg gonna go ahead and run Chip's playbook? Is it gonna be his playbook? Is it gonna be a variation of a playbook? Is it gonna be simplified? These are all questions that I'm pretty sure you guys all thought about, right? What the fuck does this mean? Yeah, we got Chip out. Now we got this shitty play caller out. He's gone, done. But what does that mean? How is that going to translate on the field? Are we going to see a cleaner game? Now, I mean, I in no way expect us to go ahead and go on a 5-6 game run at all. My thing is always, I just want to make sure, whether win or lose, just play a clean game, play a competitive game, and not play a shit game like we just played Sunday and Monday and last Monday, because that was fucking awful. So what is that going to look like? Those are the questions that we have. I hope that for one we run the ball more consistently, and I hope we start. I hope we run more snaps from center as opposed to out of shotgun. That's my thing too. And we just play smarter football, whatever that looks like. I hope that we give guys at least like Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant opportunities to go ahead and come in and see what type of impact they can go ahead and do. Give them those opportunities. I don't know if Greg's going to be successful in convincing Old Man Pete in that, but you never know. You never know. This might be the guy that can possibly sway that. So we'll see what happens. But again, appreciate you guys tapping in again. I put up some polls on each stream. Make sure you guys go ahead and go over and cast your vote. Let your voice be heard. Basically, how you guys feel about Chip Kelly being fired. Are you guys for it? Are you guys against it? Let me know. So far, everybody's all for it. Love that. Appreciate that. So, again, if you guys haven't done so, make sure you guys go ahead and head on over and cast your vote. Let your votes be heard on Raiders Unfiltered for sure. So let's see here. My guy Alex says maybe there's something there with Steckel. Yes, just a name to keep in mind, to remember, to look out for. You never know. That might be that situation where, we have Robbie Leonard, a defensive guy who is also coming up in the ranks, right? Definitely could be a guy that, could take over for DC if I'm sorry, yeah, for PG once he leaves, because I doubt Patrick Graham stays here after this season's over. Was it 3-4 years now he's been here and just straight hot dog water, right? Just going through all these terrible years. I don't blame him for wanting to go somewhere else. His aspirations try to be a head coach, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's gone after the season's over. So what does it mean for guys like, you know, um, what does it mean for guys like that, right? So could he be a guy that comes in as the next TC? It's just guys to go ahead and keep it like Robbie Leonard. Forgot his name for a second, but it's just guys to keep in mind, right? So that's just basically what it is. Let's see here. Brandon has an offensive line that is dog shit right now. Unlikely to improve the rest of the season. Yeah, yeah. If he's still running that, I agree 100%. If you get Greg Olson to possibly influence that, and in or either he gets Joe Philbin to have them sit side by side and figure that part out, there might be an improvement. We don't know, right? We don't know how much Greg Olson's influence is going to go ahead and have an effect. So we'll see what happens with that part. But yeah, it's still not going to look pretty until Brendan is out or he's sidelined, whatever, either or. Shout out to my guy Ardell. He says I listen to Ked Woodley, Carolina Panthers rap now, and I can't get it off my head. Okay, there you go. There you go. Shout out to my guy Jack in the building. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute to you. Thanks for pulling up. Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing. Are we gonna go ahead and see more of a consistent run game now that Greg Olson's at the helm and calling the plays? Hopefully so. Are we gonna go ahead and see other rookies get more burn? That's what we're talking about. Caleb Rogers, Charles Grant. Are we finally gonna go ahead and see these guys in the game at some point? Even if it's garbage time, I'm not expecting these guys to come out straight and start the next game because remember, you still got to convince Pete Carroll to let these guys fucking play, right? And that's where I'm talking about. We don't know what Greg Olson's influence is going to be, right? But hopefully, he can at least convince these guys to go ahead and get some playing time or get some garbage time if things get ugly, right? Now, my thing is this: there's other rookies as well, and I'm talking about Jack Bash. Is he finally going to start getting more targets to him? Are we going to start finally seeing that? Because 1 target, 2 targets, 3 targets per game is not enough. We know the kid could go ahead and catch the ball. Whenever he does, he's gaining 10, 15, 20 yards per catch. But the thing is, there's not enough volume, right? He's a number 2. He's a second round draft pick. He's supposed to be the Jacoby Myers replacement, and he hasn't done anything to go ahead and prove that. Now, this is a thing. It's not his fault. You get the targets that get thrown to you. That's just the bottom line. Now, we don't know whether it's a Chip Kelly thing. We don't know if it's a Geno thing. We know Geno has fucking trouble locating guys that are fucking wide open and see him down the field. We know this as a fact. Facts. Because if you haven't fucking watched a game, if you haven't watched a replay of a game, watch a replay of a game, especially this past Sunday. There was a couple guys open. And that's on Geno. That's on Geno. If your life is in the shitter, blame Geno. If your dog ran away, blame Geno. If you're having car troubles, blame Geno. You're going through a divorce, blame Geno. Your girlfriend left you, cheated on you, blame Geno. I don't know. Let's see here. Coach P needs to let Philbin come on down to help along. Facts, bro. Hey, that's the thing. You at this point, man, I don't give a fuck whether it's official title or unofficial title. Whatever way they want to go ahead and fucking make it seem. If they want to go ahead and give all credit to Brendan Carroll and it's all Joe Philbin in there riding it out with these guys and really, putting this line to at least not even formidable, but at least like somewhat formidable, status. I'm all for it. I really don't care. I don't care how that looks. I just want this offensive line to show some improvement. But the thing is, you're playing guys out of position. JPJ is injured. He's gone. Colton Miller, he's gone. As of right now, I mean, we might see Colton Miller possibly come back before the season's over. I don't even know what good that would do. I would want to see him back. I would want him just go ahead and focus on getting better, and we'll see you 2026. Same thing for JPJ. Heard that too. That's out there as well. JPJ might possibly come back. I don't know. It's not as severe, but he has a boot on or he has a cast on, and he's on the trike. So we'll see. I don't know. I don't think it's. Do I think it's gonna happen? I don't know. Possibly, possibly not. But either way, you know, Joe Philbin can go ahead and help that offensive line. Where it's not gonna make it look great, it's not making it look good, but it's gonna look at least somewhat better than what it is now. You know, at least not giving up 10 fucking sacks type shit. Oh, shout out to my guy Alex. He says Gino missing seeing guys all season. Hashtag blame Gino. Facts, bro. Facts. All right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get into this part. Here we go. Where is it? Okay. Before I get into the Gina, let's go ahead and put this up. So it's out there. Max and some of the linebackers we're seeing kind of having a little bit of an argument, a little bit of debate in yesterday's game on the sideline when they sat out. I'm going to go ahead and play this clip real quick. Shout out to M Raider on X. Make sure you guys go ahead and give him a follow if you guys are on X. But he did put this clip up of the captains having a disagreement of sorts. We don't know. I don't know the context of that, of what was said. But it's just an argument. It's just, and what it is an argument. We'll go ahead and talk about it more, but let me just go ahead and play this clip. The audio is not that great. You're not really hearing what's being said, but I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Here we go. All right. Here we go. Make this bigger. There we go.
Man, you right, bro?
Yeah, as you can hear, there's I turned off the audio. It's just all background noise, but E-Rob, it's mainly between E-Rob and Max. They're kind of mouthing off. You have Devin White also kind of getting into it as well, and it could just be that frustration just setting in when you're losing consistently. Tempers are gonna flare. The trying to put your best foot forward out there on a 2-9 team is a very difficult thing to do. Very difficult thing to do. And so you're gonna have shit like this happen now. I think it's just probably a heat of the moment type of thing. I don't know. I don't think it's that deep as it to be like this team is broken. I think it was just some shit that happened during the game. Max expressed himself, or he was probably trying to play rah, and some of the guys were probably like, "Yo, dog, you sit your fucking ass down," type of shit. And it happens. It happens. Like Max is down for the team 100%. Max will go out there and give his all 100% of the time, no matter if it's fucking 0 to 100. he'll go out there and play his fucking heart out, and that's the type of guy he is. Other guys might not see it that way, and they'll voice their opinion. And the whole shit between you had PG get in there and kind of try to you know mediate and separate these guys and try to cool everybody off, but this is gonna happen. This should happen. If you play sports, it happens all the fucking time. I don't know if we look into that type of deep shit, but for me, I don't see it too much. I don't see this team being broken. The morale is in the shitter though. That is for damn sure. But I don't think the team is quite broken. And we talked about this too. Like we know that the question has been raised whether or not Pete Carroll has lost the locker room or not. My thing is this, and I've said it before. I don't think Pete has lost the locker room. Uh, I think with the rookies. I heard the rookies love him, but the vets are the ones who are starting to become disgruntled at this point, especially with 2-9 and guys being made to play positions that I normally don't play. Not, I don't blame him for that. Don't blame him for that. But you guys, let me know what you guys think about that. Again, appreciate you guys tapping in. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click those thumbs on your boy Jay Raider. Appreciate you guys. It really does. Go ahead and support the show. Salute to everybody here. Let me go to the chat real quick. Let's see here. I went too far back. All right, here we go. All right. Shout out to my guy Chewy in the building. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute, salute. Let's see here. Alex says it wouldn't make any sense to have Colton Miller back in December. Anyways, exactly, bro. It doesn't. Why? Why? Like just let him. He has his money. He's getting his money. Let him heal up. We'll see him in 26. My guy Jack says I don't care. Just play all the rookies from now on. Facts. Shout out to my guy Jack. Chewy says if we fired Chip and Bob, they should have fired Brennan and sat Gino. You and me both, bro. And this is a crazy thing about all this fucking madness that's happened over the last 20 fucking hours. I don't expect them to fire Brendan. Or I'm praying, I'm hoping that happens, or they sideline him, they get him in, they put Philbin to co-coach or assist, whatever the fuck they want to go ahead and dub it. But I don't see Pete doing that. I don't see Pete's not gonna do that, first off. And if something like that does happen where they do go ahead and let go of Brendan, it's gonna come from Spy Tech. Simply put. And that has to come from the top. I think Pete's gonna pull rank, and it'll require like Mark and Spytek to just be like, hey, gotta do it, bro. Gotta do it. It's just not working. So I don't know. Yes. Get the young guys some playing time. Facts, bro. I heard Gino's name. they were blaming it on Gino. I think so too, dog. I think so too. Shit, Jay, whatever, man. Fucking blame it on Gino. You behind on your mortgage payments? Blame it on Gino. You got your car repossessed? Blame it on Gino. I'm fat. I blame it on Gino, bro. Shit. There you go. My guy Alex says Robert's never been a good coverage linebacker. He's a run stepper, yeah, bro. And that's primarily kind of I think what they have him playing right now. I think it's Devin White where they have him kind of on the coverage side. John says they lost the room. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's split. I think the room is split. That's probably what it is right now. Let's see. My guy Alex says, shit happens on a losing team like this. Could just be tempers flare. Yeah, it could be a heated moment type of thing. We'll see. My guy Jack, he says, Caleb Rogers looked pissed on the sideline. I heard that. If you guys remember, towards the end of the game, I think it was 5-6 minutes left in the game, right before the Genti touchdown. Um, who went down? I think Meredith went down. Meredith went down, and I think Kappa went down. So two guys went down, or some shit like that. And you had Caleb Rogers getting warmed up, like he's ready to go because he's dressed. He's getting suited up. I think he was heading towards the field, and then I think they just shut him down. I think he was upset about that, and rightfully so, bro. I heard this kid is is working hard to go ahead and try to get some playing time, and Pete, for his fucking infinite wisdom, feels that because he doesn't have great practices, he doesn't deserve any playing time. Eventually, Pete, you're gonna run out of guys if they all get injured. So who the fuck are you gonna put in there? Are you gonna go in there? I think you're a little undersized, buddy. So, but and that's a sad part. That's the sad part where you have a guys like that, and it fucks with their confidence. It fucks with the development. It's not a good thing. Like the fuck difference does it make if you put this guy on a fucking give him one snap, and if you don't want to give him that snap, fine then. Put him on an opening drive snap. Give him something. One snap is not gonna fucking hurt you. Like one recorded snap, two recorded snaps, or have him play a fucking drive. See what this kid does. And that is Pete, because for whatever reason, I don't know why or what he's thinking he's gonna go out and fucking win. It's not like this guy's gonna be, vying for a job if we let him go next year. Maybe, I guess that's probably what he thinks in his mind. Realistically, this guy's gonna be 75 next year. For me, all intents and purposes say that we're his last post, and then he's running off to the sunset in retirement, enjoying his fucking golden years. This isn't the golden years. So what the fuck do you have to go out there and win for, Pete? Like, what are you trying to win? At some point, we only have 7 games left. Come on now. If you're going to be on a long-term basis, talk to your ownership, talk to your fucking front office and say, hey, you know what? We're going to try to go out there and we're going to go ahead and try to go out there and evaluate these guys. Which obviously we'll still try to go ahead and win games, but this is now the focus of it. We need to see what we have for next year. And you have guys like John Spytek saying the same exact thing. I think they'll go for it, Pete, but Pete's stuck in his ways. He doesn't want to fucking do that. So here we are. John says trade Colton Miller always hurt. Maybe we draft somebody. Maybe we draft a tackle. That could be a play. I think he only got like a 2-year deal anyway. I don't remember offhand. Let's see here. Alex says, I think Rogers thought he would get some play time. Then Pete said, nope. Yep, exactly. Let's see. Shout out to Wayne. Shout out to my guy Wayne. He says, I think Pete is going to coach himself out. Pretty sure, bro. Pretty sure. Yeah, see, Jack says, F that. Pete just played Caleb. Can't be worse than what's ahead. Facts, bro. Facts. I agree 100%. 100%. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and move along into this topic. And we talked about this yesterday. And our guy Gina strikes again. Shout out to my guy Jesse. I'm gonna go ahead and play this real quick. Hold on one second. Let me get back to it. If you guys missed it yesterday, you got our good old boy Geno Smith, being very, very how do you say, very handsy with some of the fans there, at Allegiant. So if you guys missed it, I'm gonna go ahead and play this. Shout out to my guy Raider Jesse. Salute to him. You guys don't follow my guy Raider Jesse, part of the Raiderverse, with Simone Raider, Joe Morley, who we had a few weeks ago, Baker Raiderette, and Kukui, and Go Pirate, many others. He recorded this shit, and he sits in the black hole. He sits pretty close towards the field. I think like, I don't know, either at the very front or like a couple rows back. Not that far from the end zone, but he caught our guy Geno Smith being yeah, there you have it. Our QB1 giving the bird to fans, and I know who that fan was, or I don't think it was just him, but there was just a couple other people as well. There you go, our guy, and I actually have a close up of that as well. So let me go ahead and share it. There you go, Geno Smith and all his glory, up close and personal, giving the bird to the nation. Class act all the way. Class act all the way. Shout out to Geno Smith, man. Keeping it classy. Let me know what you guys think about that. Man, that's some shit, bro. I mean, for a guy who has 13 interceptions and only like 10 touchdowns for the year, getting paid fucking 40 million this year. It's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. Can't find guys fucking open. You can't fucking push up on the pocket. It's like, come on now, bro. You're gonna get shit. You're gonna get shit. And instead of fucking taking it in the chin, like a fucking good boy, you go do that shit. In our own house, by the way, in our own stadium, to our own fan base. It's not like he's flipping off a Browns fan. He's flipping off a Raiders fan, a longtime Raiders fan. I know who he is, but yeah, it's that type of thing. Hang on one second. Sorry, guys, that was my attack dog. All right, so that goes to show you the type of character that Geno Smith is. We've seen that. We saw that earlier this season. By it to be a Seahawks fan, fine, but over the last few weeks, we've seen him get mouthy, especially in these interviews and whatnot. And it's been that type of thing, right? So I'm not too surprised that everything's kind of come full circle at this point. But yeah, man, that is definitely not a way to go ahead and be. I mean, it's fucking crazy. Yeah. Hugs got a ticket for flipping off Geno. Oh my god, yeah, he did, man. Our guy got a code of conduct ticket. It's not a fine or anything. It's just it's a warning. Like, it looks like a fucking like a speeding ticket and shit, and just made aware like you can't act like a fucking fool or whatever. Blah 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 blah. All that stupid verbiage that says, and basically just letting you know, like, hey, you're officially warned. We can go ahead and kick you out if you do it again, type of thing. Whatever. But hey, man, shout out to him. He voiced his opinion. I didn't get to do that on that Jaguar game, but I don't fucking blame him. I mean, the whole stadium was booing in that game. I mean, what the fuck else do you expect? What do you expect? But again, it's shit like that just pisses me off, right? And when you're 2-9 and you conduct yourself in that type of way, in that type of manner, fuck that, fuck that. But hey, it is what it is. Now I don't know if anything's gonna happen from that. I did read something earlier. Shout out to Just Blog, baby. Um, there could be some repercussions from this. Um, the NFL might take some action. Now we don't know what type of action that could be. That could be in the form of a fine, could be a possible suspension. Doubt they suspend him. This action might come from internally, where Raiders might take action. Either we bench him. Hopefully that does happen. But if it doesn't happen, I mean, hey, it is what it is. But there might I feel that there might be something coming on ahead. Raiders are aware of it. I don't know. They said they talked to Gino and they've already officially apologized, right? PR apologized. Gina hasn't, but the Raiders have for her. So that's where we're at on that. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and kind of highlight the Gino flipping off fans, and obviously this isn't thumbnail, and honestly, fuck that guy. It's I hopefully we part ways from this guy at the end of the season and we can go ahead and move on. Again, this is all shit that we have that just forced upon us. Like we're having to go ahead and fire all these coaches. We're having to go ahead and talk about parting ways with another head coach. Going back to the drawing board with the whole quarterback situation thing. Now it's up to the point where we're we're getting up in that draft order. We're talking about the draft again. We're mid November, going to December, having the same conversation we had last year, right? And it's just like we're back to fucking square one again. Now we're having the discussions. Do we even fucking go out and even try to go ahead and get a quarterback? Do we trust Pete Carroll to go ahead and develop a quarterback? Does he even have an interest in developing a quarterback? And that's the type of situation that we're looking at. And it all depends on whether or not Pete Carroll's still here, if he steps down, if he gets canned, if he gets put in an advisory role, whatever way you want to fucking spin it. But we're at a point where the consensus is that Pete Carroll is just a detriment to this team, unfortunately. And I don't know how we move forward and start building a future next year and the year after that if he's still going to be here, right? Because we heard what Mark said before. They're not going to fire Pete Carroll, right? So at least right now. So, but that doesn't escape them for in the off season, right? So I'm pretty sure what's probably going to happen. They're going to go ahead and sit down. They're going to evaluate. They're going to evaluate everything, the performances, play calling, all that shit. And I'm pretty sure they're going to go ahead and eventually come to an ultimatum with Pete. We're in a situation where he's trying to go ahead and win now, but the thing is, it's not a Liam Cohen situation where you can just go ahead and come in and have automatic success. We don't have the talent or the proper infrastructure to go ahead and support that. Then that's the shit that he does not understand. He does not want to come to terms with. You have to go ahead and build this fucking team. John Spytek knows it. And that's why you had that shit come out a few weeks ago where it looks like the front office ownership, like Spytek, feels that he's okay, but that this coaching staff is in the hot seat because of that. Now we've seen three coaches are gone now. Tom McMahon, special teams coordinator, fired 3 weeks ago. You had Chip Kelly fired yesterday. You had Bob Billneck fired today. Guys are getting clipped off, right? They're not fucking earning. You can get fucking clipped. You guys, let me know what movies I'm from. You guys better start earning, or people are gonna get clipped. One of my favorite movies. Hit gangster movie. Let's tell you that. But we're starting to see that happen, and that goes to I'm starting to raise that question: like, are we going to go ahead and really trust Pete Carroll to go ahead and develop a young quarterback? At first, I thought, okay, cool, maybe he can do it because he's done it at SC before, but he he has not shown an interest in doing any type of development, any type of home, like getting homegrown talent. He wants to just fucking come in and win out. So that to me now raises the question. It's like, okay, we got to do it this way, Pete. If you either got to get on board or you're not. If you're not, then we got to think about either putting you as an advisor, if that's a route, or you might want to go ahead and deploy your golden parachute now and right off to the fucking sunset, because that's not what we're aligned. And that's what I keep saying. Like, there's no vision. The vision is not aligned. There's too many people having different thoughts, different visions. It's not in sync. So that's my rant. That's my overreaction for right now for this whole fucking coaching situation, for sure. See, Pete Seamus, no trust, no doubt, for sure. Uh, uh, Zai says the Raiders are going to win the Super Bowl next year. We'll get a good draft pick. Hey, uh, that that's a good dream, bro. I doubt we win anything close to a Super Bowl. I doubt we make a playoff appearance next year. The rate that we're going, yeah, I don't know. Fingers crossed Pete resigns his position in the offseason. Hopefully so. Hopefully Pete decides, hey, you know what? This is too much for me. This is too much stress. I don't want to deal with this shit no more. I want to go ahead and just retire, enjoy my golden years, enjoy my family, enjoy my grandkids, yada yada yada. I hope that's the case. But we just don't know. We just don't know. It could be. And that's the shit. And if he doesn't want to leave, he doesn't want the advisory role, he doesn't want to let go of those reins, what then? Are we gonna go ahead and shit can Pete? Shit can another head coach? A Hall of Fame coach? We might have to. That might be that situation, whatever it's gonna look like. I mean, this is where this is what happens when you hire a 74-year-old coach. You're gonna have to go ahead and take that fucking L, and you're gonna have to throw money at the next fucking guy to come in. But you just got to be smart about it. You can't go out and give a John Gruden special contract and do a 10-year, 100 mil type of contract. Let's not go off the deep end either. Let's stay in planet Earth, bring in a young, innovative guy, Chris Shula, or whoever else it could be, right? Try him out. 4-year contract, 5-year contract, two, three guaranteed. Give him the 3 years to go ahead and really put something together. And if he can't get it done by year 3, part ways. Part ways. I don't know. But it's going to cost Mark a whole lot of money. That's for fucking sure. That's for damn sure. 100%. Shout out to the wife in the building. She's over there with my boy, chilling, chopping up. They're watching the little dancing fruit thingy. There you go. My guy Alex says, there is a bad first year, then there is horrible regime, Got to fire Pete, even if he doesn't want to retire. I agree, bro. I think this is gonna be a situation where it's either you're gonna accept. You have three fucking choices. You're gonna accept one of these fucking choices. It's up to you which one you want to do. If you want us to be part of football, still want to be part of this team, it's not going to be at a head coach position. It's going to be at an advisory position, or you can retire, or we can make this ugly and just straight can you. I hope it doesn't come to that position, but hey, it could. You never know. It just could be that type of situation, but yeah, either way, Raiders are 2-9 for the season, and this schedule is not going to get any easier. The schedule is continuing to get more difficult as the weeks go by. We got the Chargers coming up on Sunday in LA. Again, we don't know how that offense is going to look. Hopefully, it's a different type of offense that we see on Sunday. After that, we have the Broncos coming to town to Vegas on the 7th. Then it's the Eagles. We go on the road to Philly. Jeff will be at that game. If you guys are going to the Philly game, hit up Jeff. That'll be cool to go ahead and link up with Jeff. Then we come back down south to we go to Houston for that game. Go back on the road. We continue on the road, and then we host the Giants on the 28th. And then the final game would be with the Chiefs January 4th to go ahead and wrap up the season. Now, hopefully, we can go ahead and just put a blanket and a sour note, and maybe pull out an upset versus the Chiefs and pull their. So hopefully their bad season continues and they keep going fucking down the fucking drain. I don't know how that's gonna look like, but if so, or if they're in contention, hopefully we look at least a little bit better to go ahead and at least try to put a fucking cork in their fucking playoff hopes. But yeah, that's one thing with this fucking Chiefs team. You can't sleep on these motherfuckers. They can get hot. They can get hot right away. Wifey, there you go. How about Brian Dable? Brian Dable would be a good candidate for offensive coordinator. That is a guy, if he's willing to go ahead and come in as an offensive coordinator, which he might have to after this stint in New York. He might be a guy that we look for. So another name to go ahead and throw out there, Brian Dable. So yeah, could be. We'll see what happens. Either way, look, this is my thing. Whoever is going to be the next offensive coordinator, whoever is going to be the next head coach, and Spytek is still here, Spytek needs to do that hire. Spytek needs to do that hire. The GM has to GM, coaches have to coach. Simple as that. And until we change that, we're never going to go ahead and turn this team around. Spytek has the potential talent, and that's the thing. We can't fully criticize this guy. We can't judge this guy yet because a lot of his guys haven't got enough burn to make a fair assessment on how his draft has went. Free agency, you can't put the whole free agency on him. A lot of these guys are fucking Pete's guys. Jamal Adams, Geno Smith. They're Pete guys. Tyler Lockett, Pete guy. Stone Foreskin, Pete guy. So all these guys are a lot of these guys are Pete guys. You know, Devin White is a Spytek guy. Who else? There was another guy. Just went off. I just thought about him and just he just slipped my mind. But Kappa, that's probably one of the ones that you can go ahead and chop off to like a shitty signing is Alex Kappa, but that is a Spytek guy. But we still either way we still can't fully judge him until we know how the traffics pan out. For sure. Shout out to LA Raiders. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute to you, first time listener and subscriber. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Welcome to the Just Raiders fam. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Let me know where you're based at. If you are in LA, what part of LA you're on. It sucks. I was thinking about going to that game, but yeah, I don't. I think I'm done with games for the year, unless somebody wants to give me a ticket. I always accept tickets, no matter even if it's if it's standing room only. I don't give a damn. Free ticket's a free ticket at the end of the day. There you go. Oh, Crenshaw District. There you go. That's what's up. I used to work by there. Not too far from Fox Hills, bro. I know where you're at. Yeah. That's what's up. For those in LA, you got the Raiders Crusaders having an event as well. So make sure you guys go ahead and go on IG, Raiders Crusaders. They're having I think like a blackout type of event. So that's always a home game. I believe I went last year or the year before that to LA for that SoFi game. Man, I can't do it in September no more. That's all I'm saying. Like I kind of wanted to go to this one. Weather's much cooler. That stadium is just straight fucking horrible. I hate that fucking stadium. SoFi just sucks ass. So if it's like a sunny, humid day, you're in for a long one for sure. Yeah. Shout out to Max. He says we suck thanks to Al and Mark Davis. I don't know about Al, man, but Mark hasn't done too good up to this point. Hopefully that gets turned around. And this is the thing, guys. And I know everybody's like, have Mark so team, all this shit. I get it. You know, God rest her soul. Carol Davis just passed. She's a majority owner technically. I think I don't know how that's going to go with the shares going to Mark, but Mark is starting to go ahead and piece by piece sell this fucking thing off little by little. You got guys like Tom. You have other guys. Another group that just came in and bought the Raiders this year. What I'm envisioning, because Mark is no fucking spring chicken. I don't see, he's not gonna. I thought this guy lives to be 106 and shit, running the Raiders. Could be, never know. But I don't think Mark has that type of interest like that. I think what's solely going to happen is that he's eventually going to go ahead and do it the way that the Dodgers did it, and start selling off pieces little by little. And eventually, you're going to have a group that comes in, makes a bid, and there you go. He rides off to sunset in his fucking golden parachute, as you say. It could just happen that way. Mark does not have any heirs. There's no other Davis that can come in and take over and keep control with the Davis family. There could be, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's shit behind the scenes that I don't know about. Could be, but I feel the way that things are trending, it could just be exactly that. Mark might eventually sell off the team, either continue selling it off slowly but surely, having more owners come in and take a percentage of the team, and then next thing you know, he might get a bid and he's out the door. It could just be that. It could be that way. I mean, the Raiders are going to exist far after he's gone. So there's an end date to this. I'm going to just say that. There's an end date to it. Shout out to my guy, Rorschach24 in the building, one of my mods and one of my members here at Just Raiders. If you want to be a member, just like my guy, Rorschach, go ahead and click that link that's pinned up top. It really does go ahead and help to keep the lights on here at Just Raiders. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute to you. We're just talking about all this crazy shit that's happened in almost the last 24 hours, or 24 hours now, I should say, with Chip being gone, they fire Bob Belknap, senior offensive assistant. He's gone now. Greg Olson's now the interim OC. You know, we're talking about Luke Stickle being a guy to go ahead and keep your eye out on, and see how that works. We're talking about how we don't know how Greg Olson's influence is going to be, if it's going to be able to go ahead and possibly sway Pete into letting some of these young rookies get some burn. We don't know. We're going to finally start to see Jack Besh get some targets, some balls to actually throw to him. Are we still going to see Geno Smith still even play, bro? We don't know. You never know. Kenny Pickett might come in, or AOC 12. Actually, I don't even give a damn which one of those two plays. So long as Geno's ass is in the bench, I've had enough of fucking Geno. Fuck that dude. He can fucking eat fat, DICK, bro. You know what I mean? So I'm just done with that dude. And I can't wait till he gets off the team, to be honest with you. That's my fucking take on Geno Smith. But, yeah, we just don't know how Greg is going to go ahead and kind of handle all this shit. It's a lot of things happening, and it's all just put in on his lap. And you have a game coming up on Sunday, so it's a lot of shit to kind of deal with. But again, this is football. This is Raiders, and this is Raiders football. This shouldn't be a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise to a guy like Greg Olson. Let's see here. My guy Rorschach says, I've never seen us give up that many sacks in a game. This Raiders team is giving up records like free turkey on Thanksgiving. Now it's a effing clown show, and our circus tent is our stadium. Shout out to my guy Rorschach. Throwing fucking bombs. Towards the end of the show. Shit, man. I think I couldn't put it better myself. Put it better myself. Yes. Jesus Christ. It is. I feel like it's exactly that, bro. It's just this. I just wanted to stop. I'm looking towards the off season. I'm looking towards this draft. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and start doing some draft talk, and I've been keeping my eye out on a few guys. My thing is, I'm a Diego Pavia guy. I'm biased. I'm sorry, guys from New Mexico, guys from Albuquerque. So Vanderbilt guy. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, check out Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt. I think they're ranked like number 14. They're in the high. They're in the high. They're in the high teens right now. Let's see, what are they ranked? They are ranked. They're ranked 14th still. And it says here they're like they're 7th in their conference. They're in SEC. They're in the SEC. So Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt guys to go. Yeah, he's small. He's a 5'10" size. So, but got to keep a lookout for. I like Ty Simpson, another guy. Dante Moore is okay. I wouldn't be mad if he went out and got that guy, but that's a shit. That's a shit. Like, do you trust Pete to develop a guy, any quarterback that we go out and get? That's a real question. I don't know. I don't even think he has an interest in that. Yeah. See, this team is badass Leo's. Funny takes. Yeah. So, yeah. He's a 5'10" guy. Yeah. I don't know if I don't know. I don't categorize him as super tiny. There's other guys who are smaller as well that has had some success, but yeah. For me, I'm biased. I like Pavia, so but hey, it's all good, But If Ty comes, shit, fuck yeah, man. I'm with that 100%. 100%. You know, Ty Simpson from Alabama. Make sure you guys go ahead and keep a lookout for that guy too. So yeah, see, no, I don't trust Pete to develop a new QB. I don't even think he has an interest in doing that, bro. To be honest with you, I think he's, you know, if he was interested in developing guys, period, bro, he would have been seeing the rookies out there. He doesn't give a shit. He just wants to go ahead and go out there and put whoever he thinks is gonna go ahead and get him a win. For what? I don't know. I don't know. It's not like he's gonna go out there and go compete for a head coaching job in 2 or 3 years or next year if he gets canned. I don't know. I don't know. That just baffles me. But um upcoming shows, make sure you guys go ahead and tap in to my guys on Wednesday, the Raider Connection, every damn Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific on the West Coast. It's myself, my guy, Leo Chiolinas, Raider Jeff, who was on with me at the post game show yesterday, and LB Raider 10. We're doing the damn thing, the Raider Connection. We're going to be talking about Chip, talking about Gino, talking about Sunday's game. I believe Leo and Nate are going to that game. So that'll be a good one to go ahead and kind of talk about. And yeah, we'll have a little special treat for you guys. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for that one. That's going to be a hot one. There will, excuse me, there will not be a Good Morning Raiders this Saturday. I'm taking that time to go ahead and hang out with the fam and spend some time with the family. You already know, with my whiny kid over there, who's can't go to sleep. We're gonna go ahead and just have a good time and just do the family thing. So no Good Morning Raiders this week. Um, and then but I'll be on for the post game show on 1 hour after that Raiders Charger game. So make sure you guys go ahead and pull up for that one for sure. Let's see here. Take a few more comments, guys. Go ahead and put your questions in comments. Again, if you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Click those thumbs on this channel, on this show. It does really go ahead and help to go ahead and promote the show and push the channel out into the YouTube universe. Appreciate you guys pulling up and rocking with me on this Overreaction Monday night. Appreciate you guys. Let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. My guy Rorschach says, I keep hearing Rams defensive coordinator Chris Shula as head coach and LaFleur as OC. What do you think, bro? If that shit would happen, man, fuck, bro, it'll feel like we won the fucking lottery, bro. It would, for real. It fucking would. That would be the dream. Do I think it happens? Probably not. I think you might get one of those guys. I really do. I think you might get LaFleur. If Pete's here, you might get LaFleur. I think that sell could be a little bit easier because it's LA. It's not that far from Vegas. Mike wouldn't have to like completely uproot his life. But we don't know. Brian Dable, another guy, they can go ahead and throw in that hat for OC as well, right? So we'll see. If Pete's gone, definitely Chris Shula will be a guy they can go ahead and throw in there. Mike McDonald probably another guy you could throw in there for offensive coordinator if Mike gets canned from the Dolphins as well. So it all depends on what happens at the end of the season. Who stays, who goes. It's literally gonna be the name of the game. So we'll see what happens. But yeah. My guy, LA Raider says Pete needed to move his son's job's responsibility to do something else. O-line coach, isn't it? 100%, bro. I don't give a fuck. They put this guy as a water boy fucking manager, the equipment room manager, the player personnel greeter, whatever, bro. I don't care. Just get this guy out of here, sideline him, get him away from this offensive line, get him away from coming up with these run plays because they're straight dog shit at times. It's terrible. It's terrible. Hopefully they can get Joe Philbin in here and just help, just help, just help. Guide this guy at least. Official capacity, unofficial, it does not matter. Just help fucking Brendan Carroll or get Brendan Carroll out of the way. But honestly, I don't think he's gonna get fired, bro. Pete's not gonna do it. It would be, if it happens, it comes from Spy Tech for sure. If Leo and Ink want to throw away money, I'll give him my email. There you go. Let's see. The slogan F Devontae, F McDaniels, F Chip, Garoppolo, all of them. Draft Wilkinson, F Brandon Carroll. Yep. Yep. F them all. Fuck them all. At this point, fucking torch it all. I think I'm at that point where I'm just done. I'm just done. But hey, either way, you already know. Every week I'm here. Every week I'm here. I'm gonna bring it to you guys, raw and unfiltered. But you guys, you already know. I'll bear that cross, and I'll give you guys the update, the know, and give you guys the opinions on this team, and watch these games because they're rough to watch. They are very rough to watch. Shout out to my guy Bloody Raider in the building. He says, thanks for the content always. Hey, thank you, bro, for always pulling up. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah. Other than that, guys. Oh, before I forget, man, I forgot about the pools. All right. I asked you guys earlier, what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about Chip being fired? So I have two polls because there's two streams going on at the same time, right? So we got the vertical stream and then we got the horizontal screen, right? So on the vertical stream, 87% say they like the firing, 13% say they don't like it, 15 votes cast. So that means two people, I think roughly about two people who said they didn't like that firing. I don't know why, okay. On the horizontal, 100% across the board, they like the firing. They like the Chip is gone. He is no longer here. Salute to everybody who participated in the polls. Just want to give you guys an update. So, but yes, it's a strong opinion that that everybody's happy that Chip is gone. So there you go. Let's see here. My guy Rorschach says, what day is your show with Nate? Wednesday, Raider Connection Wednesday. So pull up my phone. We're gonna do a damn thing. We're gonna do something a little fun for that one. So we got a little surprise, little treat for everybody. So make sure you guys go ahead and tap in for the show. It's gonna be a good one. We're gonna go ahead and talk about all this shit plus the Raiders versus Chargers on Sunday in LA. So home game 2. Third home game in the last 3 weeks because that's a home game for sure. Should have been Brandon. Facts, bro. I don't think it's gonna happen. But one can dream, bro. One can dream. Bring the comedy, my guy. Bring the comedy. I love it. Jesus. All right. I think that's my cue to go ahead and head on out. But I appreciate you guys. Love all you guys. Hey, thank you guys for pulling up and rocking with me on this Monday night. Again, if you guys haven't done so, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And if any news drops, I will go on and keep you guys informed. And we'll go ahead and do the damn thing and talk about it. You already know what time it is. Appreciate you guys. But that is my time for today. Other than that, I will see you guys on Wednesday again. Raider Connection, 6 p.m. Pacific on the West Coast. Pull up. Let's talk about it. Do the damn thing. You already know. All right, y'all. As always, remember, just Raiders, baby. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Inside Allegiant Stadium for the